Well, football is, of course, ultimately just a game, but for the next 2 hours, it might not feel like that. The stadium is full of noise and energy. This certainly matters. Well, the pre-match build-up has been fantastic. Now, the game itself. If you have just joined, you have just missed the kickoff. Jim, who do you pick out as the telling individual today?
Yeah, Cristiano Ronaldo. I don't think there's any doubt he's one of the best around, Peter. Probably one of the best ever. He's an incredible physical specimen and a phenomenal goal scorer. You can't question his commitment and determination either. He's always in peak condition and he'll adapt his game to whatever role is requested of him. I think he's going to have a huge impact on this team.
Yes, he's certainly the one who carries the hopes of his team. He's had it taken off him, and he has been fouled there. What a start, free kick in a dangerous position in the opening minutes. A real opportunity here from a position of great potential. Messi! Good strong hand by the keeper. Denied by a great piece of goalkeeping.
Well, I thought his starting position was good, and that helped the keeper to judge the flight of the ball and deal with it well.
And we have our very first corner. Messi goes short. Now, can they get it back? Pinches it off him. Here comes the cross. Could move up a gear here. Oh, that's clever. Thuram spots it and intercepts. Stood up well to him there. Very early stages, Jim, but anything up to now that's of note?
Well, I think both teams probably feel it's too early for either to start taking real risks. So they're still very much in a phase of testing the waters and sizing each other up.
Well, here's a man adored by many, even deified by some. No, that's been intercepted. Italy yet to have an attempt on goal. Passes coming off in quick succession here. Nesta.
Cheng Cheng definitely have the look of a team that likes to counter-attack, Peter.
Yeah, that is clear. Just look at how they line up.
Well, in other words, they don't mind being patient.
Now it's Cantona, and this is Cruyff. Bullet. Challenged just a bit on the firm side. But that has not gone well. And this is Cruyff. Cruyff. Oh, well played, well played. De Jong's... He leaps for it! And it's in! Distributed tidily. Lahm. Expertly cut out, really nicely done. Well, he was clearly disappointed with that pass.
Well, everything up to the final pass looked decent. They just couldn't pick out that killer ball.
That has ended up in no man's land. And he has slightly undercooked that one.
Italy clearly didn't help themselves by telegraphing that one. It was always going to be intercepted.
This is a promising build-up. And here's Ibrahimovic. That's a risky ball, you've got to say. And that is a little undercooked. Oh, important interception. Neymar. Now it's Cruyff. And Cruyff! Goal, Italy! And Italy score first. One sweeping move, executed with deadly efficiency.
Look, if you want to be effective on the break, then the key element is always pace. That's what really rips defences apart, and it's difficult to find an answer to it when it's applied like that.
You felt it was coming. 1-0.
Yeah, it's rare that one is enough though, Peter. I get the feeling they'll be wanting another as soon as possible. Well, the moans and groans from the stands now are very audible.
Tries to pass it through. Oh, that's fabulous. Well, that is good. Super running, sharp movement. Came up against a defender, though, who was ever so determined. Can he get it through? Pass is just off target. Vieira. And again, they run up against stubborn defending.
This is the time you need that pace.
Now it's Cristiano Ronaldo. And this is Messi. Beckham. That's a good block, but at the expense of a corner. Chengdu Rongchen have their second corner now.
There will be 1 minute added time.
Pepe clears. That's going to go a long way. The whistle's gone, and that's it for the first half. Well, there were plenty of talking points in that first half, but just the one goal. It's still anybody's game here. What have we learned from the first 45 minutes?
Well, this is when you need your players to step up, Peter. Be brave, see all that courage. They need to have a big start to the second half to give them some momentum, and they're not going to get that if they're being too risk-averse.
Italy, 1-0 up. He's one-on-one, goes for a shot! And a neat finish! They have come roaring back!
Well, they were starting to look more and more threatening, Peter, so this comes as no surprise. The fans here are pretty fired up now.
The lightness of step, the sharpness of movement, the certainty of finish.
Well, from the moment he got involved, he looked as if he'd go on.
Oh, he's been caught on it here! And that's a simple one for the keeper. Lam. Now it's Messi. That's Vieira. Oh, Red, nice interception. Yeah, he's pulled him up for that challenge. He knew what was coming. That's a yellow card. And that has been cleared. Gullit was alert to the possibilities, but in the end it's fruitless. And this is Ronaldo. Great ball, and he's in here. And the ball is out of play. Chengdu Rongchen appear to be happy to let their front players stay up front all the time.
Well, it's signalling to the opposition that they're setting themselves up for the counter-attack. It's plain and simple.
He's got away. Lam has the space to scheme. Ibrahimovic threads one in. That ball looks a good one. And he's picked it up out wide. Delivers the ball.
Well played and well cleared. Size really matters, and it's time to make it matter now. Well, he certainly wasn't in the mood to take any risks.
Well, that looks a decent ball. Lofted in.
Oh, that's a cracking ball. Too quick for defence and keeper.
Maldini. Bullet turns back here, probably the best option. Alarm. That's a sharp pass. Nesta calmly anticipates. Knocks it into space. Chance for a shot! Eric Cantona! Fantastic! He's got himself an absolute peach. And they get themselves in front! Well, one moment you're in possession, the next you're picking the ball out of your own net. That one will sting.
The danger was always there, Peter. We all knew they'd be pouncing on any slip or any sort of indecision. They need to sharpen up or it's going to happen again.
Decent chance!
Substitution on the field.
Corner number 2 then.
Neymar. Number 19. Messi.
Ibrahimovic!
Number 20.
He's cleared it out of harm's way.
Number 21. George Best. Substitution in progress.
McTominay! Keeper's not concerned by that.
Well, let's just consider that one a rangefinder, Peter. It certainly wasn't troubling the goalkeeper.
That's really well manoeuvred. Pass somewhat off target. And it's Hullet. Alarm. Best going forward.
Cheng Du-Rong Cheng really are showing all the necessary urgency, but it's potency they need.
Passing is crisp and sharp.
Just needs a little bit of fine-tuning.
That's a look and plays it forward. And that interception was most necessary. That's good vision. And into the grateful arms of the keeper. Cristiano Ronaldo. Alarm is one whose deliveries we all know about. Into the last 5 minutes.
Italy nearly finished it off there, but now it's a case of waiting for the whistle.
And he's in on goal. That's put paid to the danger. And they're back on the ball again. Well, that pass isn't the best. Italy have reclaimed it. Italy moments now away from seeing this one out. It's come backwards here. Beckham. Cheng Du-Rong Chen with a corner and hardly any time left on the clock. All hands on deck for this one. Can he finish? Oh, he has absolutely drilled that. And that will be it. Italy have emerged victorious in this match of thrills. The odd goal ultimately proving the difference. Any reflections on what you've seen, Jim?
Well, that's what you call a job well done. The hosts didn't make it easy. There was a fair bit of battling they had to do, but they stuck at it, and they've come through very, very solidly.
So thank you very much, Jim, for joining me. That brings us to the end of our coverage. So from us both, a very good evening.
And now, please turn towards the screen for a special presentation featuring our